Bernie Maskman.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome once again to Bernie Maskman Presents. I will put this back here, as I always forget to. Welcome once again. It's nice to see everybody, and we have a lovely audience. Of course, before we get any further, as we always do, let's thank True Story Brewing for letting us be here, as always. I want to say a big shout out to the band he's gone electric. He's rock and roll now. He's got a lot of things going on there. Yeah, he can step on them, and he can step on them and turn them on, and he can step on them and turn them off. It's nice. And we got Eric over here. He's the producer, of course, getting everything set up, working away. We did have, of course, the last couple months we didn't have a producer, so I had some, not a rough go. I mean, I can handle my own business, but I would say we had maybe a drop off in some of the, total number of guests we had a drop off, and maybe, I wouldn't say quality, but certainly they were weird, is what I'm getting at. They were weird, and the Craigslist link that you gave me did that. And I don't blame you, but I'm not blaming you. So just keep that in mind. So this month, the theme was Getaway. We just want to get away from it all, right? You know, we want to take a vacation, just leave our cares and our worries behind us. I feel like that's one of the things when you come out of winter, you just want to leave it all behind. You want to find yourself in a new experiences. Everyone loves a new experience. Yeah? You know, we all enjoy a new, seeing something for the first time in ourselves. Well, not in ourselves. I'd be like a lump. We don't want that. We want to see things for ourselves out amongst the world at first time, like it's a brand new experience. That's why I think, and this is a very controversial take, but that's why I think dementia, not so bad. Every day's a brand new day. It's fresh. It's good times. But we do need to take a break sometimes. I think one of the problems we have is that and I'm gonna apologize right now because I don't know that it'll show up on the camera or for any of the people out there, but this light keeps flickering at me and it's freaking me out. So if all of a sudden I just leave the stage to go kill the queen, we know what happened. It's this light, it's flashing at me. We all want to leave, take some time out, get away from things, but the reason why we have a hard time getting to, we get so distracted, we get so geared up. It's because we all have in our possession, currently, you have it either in your pocket or in front of you on a table right now, the stimulus block from hell. It's a little block of, not the beer, sir. You'll have a little square of stimulus that sits in your pocket, and you'll be on there and you'll doom scroll and you'll look for things and you want to buy stuff and you want to not buy stuff, and there's a constant 24-hour cycle of doom and gloom coming through that tiny stimulus box, and it's hard to break away from. And I'm certainly no different. I deal with it as anybody else would. But that's what we're really trying to break away from. That's what we're really trying to get away from. And I don't know that it's a very easy thing, you know. And we were just talking about it today. I mean, as we get older, it's getting worse and worse. And I think it's simply because as we get older, we get osteoporosis and our faces are right down there already. We can't help but look at it because it's right there. It's either that or our shoes, one or the other. So I'm just saying that it's hard. So you have to take time for yourself. You have to find something that allows you to just break away from it all. Just take a run and find something new in the world that gives you some joy. We just need to find some joy. Just find a place to unwind And that's why I invite you here once a month. So you can come in, sit down, have yourself a nice drink from True Story, hear an idiot talk to you for a while, probably have two other idiots come on and talk to you for a little bit more, sing a ridiculous song, and then get out and start Monday morning all over again. Sorry, didn't mean to bring it up. So with that being said, let's get on with the show, ladies and gentlemen. We have some great guests for you tonight. Our first guest, well, this is very, of course, in the mind of getaways and vacations. I figured we'd got one of the, I am told, one of the top travel agents in our area. So let's give a warm welcome to Mr. John Ennis. John.
What's up, Islanders? Everyone enjoying the cruise?
John Ennis, ladies and gentlemen, I'm glad I see you dressed up. So you're a travel agent. I would assume that's a little bit trickier these days, but I guess you put together packages for folks.
Yeah, everyone wants to travel on a budget these days. I was looking out the other day. I saw a Carnival cruise for $14,000. I said, you know what? I can beat that. I can beat that.
Okay.
I can price you a vacation no less than $600 all in, all inclusive for a week, baby.
Wow, $600 is good for a week's.
It's not bad. All right.
Certainly.
Now, sometimes you have to be a little bit flexible on the desirability of your locations. Okay.
Well, I can get that. Like instead of like the beachfront resort, you get maybe like a bungalow slightly off.
No. You can get beaches too. There's a place.
Okay.
All right. Look, this is a place that they've hosted royalty. They've hosted presidents.
Oh, okay.
People that matter, like Bill Gates.
Okay.
And Les Wexner. And Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick.
Okay.
It's a little island.
Yeah.
A private island.
Okay. You know what? Here's the thing.
It's in the U.S. Virgin Islands. You don't even need a passport to get there, man. It's great.
John, I see where you're going with this, and I do want to say we're gonna pump the brakes on that, and not push people towards that particular island.
I'm just saying it's a timeshare now. Timeshares, they get a bad rap, but if you want to spend a week in a location that the rest of the 51 weeks of the year are used for a porn shoot venue, timeshares are a great investment opportunity for your relaxation.
He's got a point there. There's a lot of houses you can get into.
You just gotta bring your own bleach. It's a BYOB scenario,
Recognize that couch from a few different movies.
Oh yeah.
Well, no, I gotta say that particular thing might be not right in my frame of reference. Maybe I'm not that. Call me a prude, but I like my vacation spots slightly less.
More traditional.
Yeah, something
more traditional.
We'll call it traditional.
You know what? All right, there's some airlines over they're not doing too great these days. Lots of values to be had. Their job layoffs and budget cuts are your avenue to saving money. So let me suggest a little avenue, a little venue for you for your vacation. All right.
Okay.
Thailand. Okay. Bangkok is beautiful this time of year. It is not the rainy season. Do not go during the fall. You will get monsooned in for months. Okay.
Well, no, and I've heard good things about Thailand.
Thailand, it's great. It's budget friendly. If you want. We all have a beer here in front of us here. If you want to drink in Thailand, I'll tell you, the whiskey is cheaper than the Coca-Cola. It is cheaper, true story, to get a double Jack and Coke than it is to get a single Jack and Coke. A triple Jack and Coke saves you more. If you just get all Jack, you're saving money. Now that's a fun little fact.
Okay, that is. I've never been there, so I can't.
Another fact. Another
Okay.
fact, not so fun. Thailand also the largest community of it's the largest exclave community of American pedophiles.
Okay, well, okay.
Again, if you're fine just turning a blind eye, You can have a good time for a cheap dollar.
Okay, now I see where we've gone. It feels like we've gone a bit down the same road we had previously. Again, let's imagine for a moment, and I'm not wanting to speak for everybody else here or anybody on the internet.
Well, you're going to anyway.
But I'm going to anyway.
Yep.
Let's imagine for a moment we want to be pedophile-free for our vacation spots. Is there a possibility?
It is a possibility.
Okay, good. Excellent.
For I would say a deal on a budget.
Well, that's what we're looking for. We need budgetary situations. People are tight on cash these days.
Tight on cash. Look no further than Ulaanbaatar, Mongolia. Now, people give it a bad rap. Okay, people they're Genghis Khan. He's been gone for centuries.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's lots of things to do there. I was actually injured there in a parasailing accident.
Parasailing? You were parasailing in Mongolia?
It's true. They string you up with a parachute. It's a form of punishment if you steal things from hotels there, but some might call it inhumane. But speaking of inhumane, listen, if you want to go to a place that the Beach Boys sing about.
Oh, okay. All right. I think I know where you're going.
Caribbean destination, baby.
Certainly,
all right?
Yeah.
If you don't mind the screams of up to 4,000 detainees, come down to Guantanamo.
That is not how the song goes.
Jamaica, Bermuda, ooh, I want it. Down to Guantanamo.
Nope.
That's where we wanna go.
No. Luckily, this we can't get censored for fair use or anything because that's not what the song sounds like. No, that is not.
They're talking about Guantanamo Bay, Cuba.
I realize, and you know what? Here's the thing. Cuba, a lovely little country. I would suggest staying away as much as you can from any of the American sections of that area.
Well, apparently they're all about the American sections from what the news says.
Okay, well,
I don't know.
But this is very true. This kind of stuff will change how you set up your vacation slots, I would assume.
It is, and you know what? We're still working on the website,
Okay.
But for now, if you want to contact me, feel free. My email is jevacations@gmail.com.
Oh my God.
I get a lot of emails from Bill Gates, and I'm not sure why.
Oh, I see, the J-E. Gotcha, yeah, okay, well, here's the thing. I see there's a lot of things going on that may have put you in this situation, and I gotta say, you're probably gonna be connected to some stuff you do not want to be connected to. I myself have often found I always stay one step ahead of everybody. So just to give you a heads up, don't answer those emails. Maybe just clear your browser history as best you can, as much as you possibly can.
So you're saying that my bookmarks that I have of non-extradition countries are not great?
Yeah, that's going to get you flagged, or at least you know what? Let's be completely honest, it probably won't. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's make a hand for John Ennis.
Didn't mean to mic drop.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I've been fighting this cord this whole time. I got my seat's too close to my chairs, my chair's too close to my table. Sorry, I got we have a lot of issues when you set up a highly intricate show like this, and we had some cord issues. Well, I tell you what, ladies and gentlemen, we've got some really amazing stuff coming up. Of course, our show is the second Sunday of every month here at True Story, the Bernie Maskman Presents show. We bring you the finest in your local friends and your neighbors that come and tell you about the sorts of things they go on. You can find a gentleman who wants to just send you on a vacation. Wouldn't recommend it. We've spoken with so many people, but this is where you can find those fine folks at Bernie Maskman Presents every second Sunday. here at True Story, we also have some other things going on. We want to make certain that you go to BHM Improv, correct? BHM Improv. If you fire that in, look it up, you'll find a few different pages, but they will tell you about all of the improvisational comedy going on in Birmingham all over. And we want to make certain we always plug that because I know our show, of course, is tightly scripted, but we do want to make certain that all these other people that are out there just flying by the seat of their pants get a little love. So now let's bring on our next guest. Now this gentleman has been here before. He's a friend of the show, if you will, and I think he's a friend of many of you out there. You'll probably remember him from the old days of local public television. Let's bring him out to the stage, Mr. Know-It-All.
Hello, Bernie. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Hello. Hello, everybody. Yes, that is correct. I am Mr. Know-It-All, and I know everything.
Well, good. Have yourself a seat there, Mr. Know-It-All. You doing okay, bud?
Well, Bernie, I got to tell you, in keeping with the spirit of this show, I too, like many of us out there, wanted to get away. Get away from it all. I should probably explain. As many of you know, I am Mr. Know-It-All. I know everything. I am the host of the popular PBS science show, Mr. Know-It-All. I have been the host there for 30 years. I have been the host on PBS for 30 years. I have 3 mortgages. I am 2 years behind on child support payments, and I drive a Prius. So as you can imagine, Bernie, I am under a lot of stress constantly.
Well, sure.
And also, I should probably add that, I don't know if you've noticed out there, but the world is kind of giving up on science lately.
Oh, yeah, well, I know that, but
Just saying.
I know this is to be the case. I know we've discussed it in the past. You yourself have, taken a dip into the conspiracy pool a couple times simply to try to raise your profile online.
I know, and I apologize again, people. I'm sorry. The world is not flat. Robot birds are not a thing. I did go down that route, Bernie, yes, like we talked about the last time, and I apologize. That was the wrong way to go. I just realized finally, Bernie, after talking to you and talking about trying to get away, I finally decided that it was time. I've been doing it for long enough. I decided I am retiring as the PBS children's show host. Also, they just shut down the funding for the station, so I'm out of a job, but that's neither here nor there.
But you know what though? But look at it this way, and you 30 years of service in retiring. Maybe it is time. Maybe it's just time to put down the beakers, and just live for you.
Well, you know what, Bernie? I thought, I took your advice. I'm like, I'm going to get away.
Huh?
I'm going to get away from all of it. I'm going to go find a beautiful cabin in Asheville, North Carolina, up in the Blue Ridge Mountains. It's peaceful, it's calm. I bought a stack of Carl Sagan books to read. I put a telescope on the back patio so I could look at the stars. And it was beautiful, Bernie. It was beautiful. It was gorgeous. And then some guy 2 cabins down saw the telescope and he came over and he said, "Hey, is that one of them weather control lasers?" I'm like, "No, it's just I'm looking at the moon." And he was like, "Oh, the moon, yeah, we didn't land on that. Stanley Kubrick shot that in his basement." And so I had to get away from there, Bernie. I had to leave. I had to go away from this beautiful place that I had found. I thought it was a refuge. And I'm like, no, I can't even go out in the middle of nowhere and somebody's like, okay, fine. I thought to myself, okay, I can go somewhere else. I can go somewhere even further away.
Okay. Yeah.
I went to the Woods Hole Oceanographic Institute off the coast of Florida. They do underwater marine biology research down there, Bernie. It's beautiful. Scientists are everywhere. They're doing research and they're doing wonderful work.
It sounds like the kind of place that you'd plug right into.
But then one of them recognized me. He knew me from TV. And he said, hey, you should come on down and talk to the boys down in the lab and explain buoyancy to them. They're like, they'll get a big kick out of it. And then I got down there and I started talking to them, and they were asking me questions, and they pulled out a whiteboard, and before I knew it, I was giving a 3-hour lecture. I'm like, I want to get away from this. I can't do this. I can't be a host anymore, Bernie.
Yeah. I can understand. The pressures mount, and I can see how it could get to you.
So I said, okay, I'm gonna try something different.
Okay.
I'm gonna go somewhere even further away. I got myself a slot at the Antarctic Research Station at the bottom of the world, out in the middle of literally nowhere. White tundra as far as the eye could see. Polar bears outside your window. It was beautiful. It was peaceful. It was calm. It's daylight for 6 months of the year. Scientists were doing their experiments and research. And then one of them turned into a screaming tentacle monster, Bernie. And I had to come up with a blood test to figure out which one of us was human. It started absorbing the other scientists. And then it started building a spaceship, Bernie. I tried to get away from science, and I had to use science to save my own life.
Okay, I'm gonna pull the glassware away from you. Bud, it seems like maybe you've had a lot of the stressors in life. Maybe have gotten to you. We've been friends for a long time, and I hate to see you like this, but I also hate to think that you're seeing tentacle monsters. I would hate to think that maybe are you sure maybe this is just not some manifestation we're dealing with?
Oh, Bernie, I have the scars to prove it. I saw it change form in the corner. We had to use a flamethrower on the damn thing.
Oh.
And I had to create a flamethrower like MacGyver out of the wreckage of what was left of the helicopter. But that's fine, Bernie. I got through that. But then that's when I decided I have got to get as far away as humanly possible. So I put in a call. I used it in my last favor in the science community. Science with quotation marks. And I called my friend at Blue Origin. And I got a ride on the first trip to Mars. That's right, Bernie. There's a secret Mars base that has been built on the surface of Mars. And I got to go. I got to be there on the surface of an alien planet, as far away from humanity as you can possibly get. It was amazing. It was beautiful. I was standing on an alien world, looking out onto the horizon, and that speck of light in the far corner of the universe, that was the Earth blinking back at me. And I said, ha ha, look at you suckers, I made it. And I looked around, and I made one startling revelation, Bernie.
What was the revelation? What was the revelation, Mr. Know-It-All?
Mars needs women.
Okay. Listen.
I looked around and realized there were no women on Mars. And I'm not ashamed to say this, Bernie, but this scientist is horny.
Well, okay.
And I guess, I realized as much as I'd want to get away from everything, I can't get away from that one thing.
Yeah. Listen.
So here I am back on Earth.
I know you've had a rough time of it. We've all had a rough time of it in this time. It's like there's a constant low hum of stress and anxiety at all times. We've all been feeling this. I certainly have. I think the band has. I don't know whether he has any feelings at all, but that's not the point. He's below the line. But the point is, we all feel these stresses and feelings sometimes. And well, sometimes it's important that we just have to look at the people around us and the loved ones. Let's bring on John back up here. There's times where we have to just look at the people around us and our friends our family, and think to ourselves, maybe this is the point where we have to get away. We have to leave all of it behind us and just find ourselves a new place. Even if it's just in your mind, even if it's a journey to a science station where you maybe have had a psychotic break, or if it's a journey to a private island that's horrible. You just gotta get away sometimes.
Science, ladies and gentlemen.
We all find ourselves running down the road, figuring out what it's all about. They drank up their wine and they started packing. They left before the sun came up that day. An exit to eternal summer slacking. Where were they going without ever knowing the way? They drank up their wine and they began talking. They now had more important things to say. When the car broke down, they started walking. Where were they going without ever knowing the way? Everyone can see the road that they walk on is paved in gold. It's always summer, they'll never get cold. They'll never get hungry, they'll never get old and gray. You can see the shadows wandering off somewhere. They won't ever home, but they really don't care. They wanted the highway, they're happier there today. Children woke up and they couldn't find them.
Find them, find them, find them.
They left before the sun came up that day.
Day and night.
They just drove off and left it all behind them.
Not in front, but behind.
Where were they going without ever knowing the way? Anyone can see the road that they walk on is paved in gold. It's always summer, they'll never get cold. They'll never be hungry, they'll never get old and gray. You can see the shadows wandering off somewhere. They won't make it home, but they really don't care. They wanted the highway, they're happier there today. Today. Oh. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been a lovely evening. Thank you, Mr. Know-It-All.
Thank you.
John Ennis,
Thank you,
the
America.
band, producer, somebody else. Thank you, and good night.